Welcome back to Cigar Time, your ever so friendly show all about premium cigars brought to you each week at this time on this channel. Welcome back.
Welcome. Thank you. Good to be here.
Good to be here. Everybody enjoying the wonderful 80-degree weather?
Yeah.
You've gone down to the beach?
Uh-huh.
I thought about doing a polar plunge,
The polar plunge.
but it's.
I did that once. I did that once. It took 3 days to get warm again.
Did you really?
Oh, dude, it is so damn cold.
Well, don't you spend a lot of time in Coldmar?
Yes. Since there's no doors
all
on,
can't be
since there's no doors on the place.
Blew the doors off the place.
Oh, how come you have nothing to say?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
that's a
here.
deep-rooted problem. You ought to seek some therapy.
Okay. You gonna pay for it?
No,
What?
That's the subject for the day. He's talking about you need therapy.
Therapy?
You need therapy now.
I'm the only. There's only a couple of us on the panel that are actually fairly well balanced.
Who's that?
Me.
Yeah.
I need a
Said a couple of us.
vacation.
You need a vacation. You have a vacation every week. You
I
work
do
here.
not have. Oh
Rob,
Lord.
we'll flip a coin for you and me.
Yeah. 'Cause I know it ain't me.
Why don't we light up some therapy?
Working for Cigars
Yes.
is one long vacation, and you get paid. Good working conditions, great cigars, TV show,
Yeah.
great panelists, great co-workers.
Absolutely, boss.
Yeah.
You shaking. You could be replaced by an organ grinder.
Who are you talking
What?
to? Bruce or her?
Let's see how they feel about that.
Replacing you?
Yeah.
All right, vote.
Please
The
do.
first 1,000 votes against her get a free cigar from me.
It's gonna be an Eduardo.
But you have to write an email. You have to tell me the reasons why you want her to go. I got to see the email. We got to validate who you are. We have to send an inspector to your house to make sure it's actually you.
Yeah. Not a
And then
robot.
we'll present you with a free, what are we giving away? A Philly cheroot?
Yeah.
To be honest
There you
with
go.
you, I've heard that.
Be careful using
We'll,
that word honest.
we'll bring a pack of backwoods in for her.
Backwards, all right?
Ew. The Irish cream coffee
Don't,
one.
don't, I like backwards.
Do you
I
really?
do.
What is that
Wow,
we're
I'm
doing today?
shocked. He already lit up.
Yeah, I know.
I
He's
got
been
tired
with
of
for a
waiting for you
while.
guys.
And for once, I waited.
I waited
Oh
too.
boy.
I wish we were doing the
boy.
Cameroon.
Oh boy.
It's just a little
Oh
delamination.
boy.
Oh, you're fine.
Blew up your cigar.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
fine.
Somebody cut
It
that.
looks, yeah, it
That's
does. It
a
looks like a
cut.
knife.
Let me see.
Somebody used that. Somebody cut that. That's
Like
not a
cut
crack.
that.
What the heck with the cutting? Give me
Do
the
you want to
lighter.
switch? No, because you have a B cut. I don't want the B cut.
Somebody cut that.
Just lick it.
All right, Scott, you gonna tell us what we're doing here?
Sure.
Somebody needs to lead us.
Today we are smoking the New World from AJ Fernandez.
I wish it was the Cameroon.
I wish I had
We
$1
don't
million
have any.
dollars. So what do you want? What do you want from
They
me?
haven't shipped them yet.
We don't have it. Yes,
They
we-
did ship them. We only
Everybody's
had
got
a little bit. We sold out in
We
like
sold out
1
of
week.
them.
In a
Girl,
week,
get
we
more.
sold out of the Cameroon.
We'll give more.
I think I'm leaving less than a week.
It probably might have been less than a week. You're right.
So
Make
anyway,
more,
this
guys.
is the this is the New World Robusto. It's from AJ Fernandez.
This is a Robusto?
This
Yeah.
is their original.
Yes, this is the original. It's a
Oh,
Nicaraguan
nice
Puro.
size. Nice size for a booster.
Now, so a couple of interesting things about this New World. The reason he called it New World, it was honoring the discovery of tobacco in 1492
In the New World.
in Cuba by Christopher Columbus. So that's why I called it the New World. So it's honoring the
But it
discovery
wasn't a
of
new
tobacco.
world.
What?
Well, what sure was in the World?
Was it a new
This is-
world?
That's
Was
how
already-
Europe
is-
referred to this part of the world.
I know.
as
I
the
don't
New
know
World.
why they refer to it as a new world. People were here
Well, I
already.
mean, yes.
Yes.
The
Wasn't
indigenous
new to the
people.
wasn't new to the Cubans.
It wasn't new to the. Yeah, it
That's right.
was.
Now, was it Cuba he discovered?
Actually,
where he
San
discovered
Salvador.
tobacco.
San Salvador.
That's
was
where
the
he
first
discovered
place.
the tobacco. The
Yeah.
rest, I don't know.
Okay.
And also, interestingly, this is the first project that he collaborated with his father, Ismail. His father came out of retirement after 17 years.
Yeah.
What was his father's name?
He was a.
He worked with Sensia.
Yeah.
Wasn't he a fisherman?
Ismail?
Ishmael.
He probably was one.
I like that name.
That's my middle name.
Biblical.
That is
biblical
not
times.
your middle name.
You're talking about biblical times.
Talking about Moby
Ishmael.
Dick.
Yeah, Ishmael.
Moby Dick.
Moby Dick. Call me Ishmael. It's the first line of the whole book.
I never
Is
read
that
the book.
Herman Melville.
I read the first quarter of it, and I said I can't do it anymore. I can't.
It wasn't about a whale, right?
Yeah, maybe I never got to the whale.
Well, the whale was integral in the story,
It was
but
a metaphor?
it was his demon. It was
Ah.
more about the human psyche.
Well, that book was my demon. Let me tell you. I tried. I wanted to.
So
I
obviously
got
you never
about-
made it through War and Peace either.
I got about a quarter to a third of the way through it, and when they spent a whole chapter, like I don't know, 15 pages describing whale blubber, I said, I'm out. I'm out. I can't. I just threw the book. I got so frustrated.
That was a source of fuel for the longest time.
Yeah, and food,
To some degree.
and
And
clothes,
sport
And sport, yes.
and clothes.
Clubbing.
and perfume.
Oil, heating.
Big perfume.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, perfume, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I knew that stuff.
Do you know in Seattle it's
Because you're
illegal?
intelligent.
It's illegal to throw a harpoon at a whale out of a moving vehicle.
And where is this at?
Seattle, Washington.
Well, when you think of what goes on in there and the left side of the country.
So let me ask you, from a moving vehicle.
I'm trying to understand that.
Out of a window of a moving vehicle.
But a
like
whale?
you can't be driving your truck and throw a
I've tried.
harpoon.
I've thrown a lot of things out of a moving moving vehicle.
But a
harpoon's
harpoon wasn't
not
But a
one of
harpoon wasn't one of
But you
them.
can't even get a harpoon in the car.
Well, let's forget
Well, no,
about,
no, no. He's
let's
not
forget
saying
about
you
the
can't. He's
harpoon
not
in
saying
the-
you cannot throw it out the window. You cannot throw it at a whale.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
so
if
throwing it
there's a
that
guy
guy was
sitting
okay.
on the side
Oh,
of the
okay.
street hitchhiking,
Hey, if you're gonna throw it out the window,
that's
you,
okay. 100 points.
if
That's
you're
a-
throwing it out the
That's
window, you
not
better have
ever
both of them
fun.
open because that
Well,
damn
if
thing's
it's a whale, you could be arrested.
Yes.
I guess they get a lot of whales in the streets.
I'm
in
trying,
Seattle.
I'm trying to understand that.
There's
I
all
don't
kinds
get
of
it.
those crazy laws. There's a website you can go to. It's like you can't
Really?
fly fish
The
off the
whales
back
of
of a giraffe in
Seattle.com?
Indiana.
Whalesofseattle.com.
I'm serious. There's wacky laws like that.
I'm guessing they drink a lot of coffee because Seattle.
In the state of Pennsylvania, they call them blue laws.
Yeah.
I remember them.
No more though.
It is a good cigar.
It is a good.
I don't know what a blue
Oh,
law
this
is.
is fantastic. I
Blue
love
laws
this.
in the old days, you couldn't be open on Sunday unless you were a pharmacy.
Really?
No, sir. When I
Nothing.
first started in business, you couldn't be open on Sunday.
There still are blue laws.
Oh man, they need to bring that
Not
back.
in Pennsylvania.
You sure there are?
Well, car dealers.
Car dealers
that-
also
that-
selling alcohol before.
That's not a law. That's a
Yeah, I hear you.
That's an agreement.
yes.
It's a law. Also,
Okay.
not selling alcohol before
You're
noon
right.
on
Yeah,
Sundays.
oh, that's a lot of smoke.
That's a blue law too
Okay.
in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but the state controls the sale of alcohol.
That's why
There's
it's a
so
blue
many
law.
jokes there, but I'm going to let it
For
go.
Pennsylvania.
So a beer distributor can't sell beer before noon
Before
on
noon.
Sunday.
Nope.
Oh, interesting. I never-
Noon to 5.
Yeah, well, bars aren't allowed to sell before a certain time
Fake?
too.
That goes back to the medieval times.
On a Sunday as well. I
Like
think
the
Sundays are
1800s.
like 9.
Also, yet bars have to close it at 2:00 in the morning.
Technically,
That's
they're
a blue law too.
No, technically, they're not blue laws anymore.
I don't think they're.
Well,
They
they
did.
black?
Art's correct in the fact that they did away with the blue laws, but the Bible Belt in the state of Pennsylvania pushed back on that.
Yeah.
So that's why they have the time limits. They said, okay, we'll start and stop these hours, and that's all they can do. So
The
they
Blue Laws actually had an official title of which.
yeah,
right
they were
now
Quaker laws.
I can't what was it called?
Quakers. The Quakers
Oh, okay. You might
instituted
be
all
right
those.
on that, yeah.
And that's why they call them blue laws, because that's a color the Quakers, like their flag or whatever.
Oh, really?
You
I
learn all
wondered
kinds
about
of
that.
interesting things on this show.
Yeah.
Maybe
Nothing
we
about
should-
cigars.
I was just going to say, maybe we should get back to this.
True or not, whether they're real or fake.
Yeah.
Well, this is
What,
a lot
the
of
cigars?
this has a lot of smoke. I'll tell you that much.
There's a lot of smoke.
I'm choking. What?
You're still sick.
I am still sick.
You've been sick now for a month.
Because I haven't had a vacation.
If you were a
Oh,
horse,
my
you'd be
God.
almost blue all by now.
I'll be almost what?
So you
You'd
need
be
a
almost
vacation
blue
once a
all
month
by
so you don't
now.
get sick?
Huh?
You need a vacation once a month so you don't get sick?
Yes.
I need 2 6-month vacations.
It's called Sunday. Take your vacation on Sunday.
Not a vacation?
It's a vacation, more than I
Try
get.
to stop from sneezing. Retrohale.
Okay, Scott.
Don't
keep
retrohale.
going.
Too much smoke to retrohale this thing.
I like this. I think it's a very sweet. I got a very distinct licorice or anise flavor from this
Yeah.
one.
He always gets licorice and freaking anise.
Maybe the
Hope he
sweetness
keeps
is coming from
pronouncing
the
it
diet,
correctly.
the Diet Cola in my coffee cup. So there
If
you
it were
go.
John, it'd be a little stronger than Diet Cola.
Yes, that's true.
Don't talk about John.
Well, we can talk about John.
I'm going to choke John.
He's not departed. He'll be back.
I get
Rob?
a toasty taste out of it.
Yeah, I agree with Rob.
Yeah, I do. A very earthy, toasty taste
Mm-hmm.
to begin with.
And smell too.
Moose?
I'm still trying to figure it out.
That's fair.
I haven't quite got it yet.
Okay.
There's a couple of things going on.
Take your
but-
time, no hurry.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it is although it's a Nicaraguan Puro, the filler comes from,
What?
I wrote down,
I thought this
Omnatepi, Condega, and Esteli. But
That's all Nicaragua.
I know, but even though, but the
Three
the
different
tobacco
regions.
comes from 3 different
Wait,
regions.
you said Jalapa, Condega, and Esteli?
No,
Three different Vegas.
What'd you
is
say?
you're talking about.
Omnatepi, Condega, and Esteli.
Oh, Ometepe, Condega, and Esteli.
Yeah, that's what I
So
said.
that's sweet, spicy, a little, and peppery. There you go.
Is
I'm
that
not
how
getting
you're
any
describing
pepper
it?
at all.
That's what I'm saying. That's the
That's what the regions are known for.
yes.
That's what
Thank
she's
you.
saying.
I'm getting your
You
little
completely
licorice taste.
skipped me.
I'm getting
Yeah.
a little pepper on the front of the tongue.
Skip me.
I get a little, I
Yeah.
get like a little red pepper.
That's
Yeah.
the
I don't
Esteli.
get any pepper at all.
Anybody else getting the little pepper?
I
A
thought
little
this
bit.
was a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper.
No.
It's not.
No, not at all.
It's just a Nicaraguan Puro. Oh, interesting. I've been telling people the wrong thing.
Really? Oh,
I really
Wow,
thought it
that is the
was. I
first.
really thought it was.
well,
You're wrong.
I thought
which
it
is interesting
was.
because there's a New World Puro, like, isn't that one of the New World? Isn't it called New World Puro?
The ESP. Yeah.
The red box.
So this is a Puro also.
Yeah. That's
you
why I
could be,
swore
You
this.
could be thinking of the Maduro. The Maduro has a kind of like a broadleaf wrapper. on
That's
it.
what I'm thinking.
But this is not a Maduro.
This is not the Maduro.
I don't know.
I get mixed up by it. There's too many.
It's
Well,
just a
Tia,
lot
we
of
skipped
stuff.
over you. What do you? What's going on?
I
there?
get
yeah.
kind of chocolatey. I get sweet. I get a hint of spice, and I get toasty, earthy.
Right on the tip of the tongue, this place, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's in the beginning of the mouth,
I'm
not
not
the.
getting that at all.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yep.
Just a little bit.
I said earthy and toasted, like you said.
I know, but I'm not getting any pepper.
That's like a semi-sweet finish, though. Got a very pleasant.
You get that
finish.
on the back of the tongue.
Yeah. It's got a very
It just has a lot of smoke. I'm glad I didn't cut mine like you guys did, so I
easy
can.
draw,
I
too.
can.
Very easy
Yeah,
draw.
very.
Yes.
That's because of the V cut.
Yeah.
No, it's because of the.
I usually
punch.
don't do a V cut. It is a deep cut. Wow.
Nice. I'm with you. I got to sneeze too because I
The retro hail.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That's
Let me
wouldn't
get this
retro
straight.
hail
Last
this.
couple of shows, the guys at Retro Hail are sneezing.
Yeah.
And we're also tasting a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah,
Retro
right.
You
Hail.
know what I
Mouse.
discovered?
You don't know how to retro
Why?
hail.
And it's right up
I
there.
know how to
Judge-
retro hail.
Judge Grader's talking to you.
You know, Judge Crater's still lost. although I think he's the
I've
back
tried
one
it a
somewhere.
couple of times. It hurts, so I don't do it anymore.
Okay.
I discovered I have a sensitivity, believe it or not, to cinnamon.
Really?
I love cinnamon.
Cinnamon's nasty.
But lately, you know, little candies we give out in the stores.
It's really good in,
or at least in the horseshoe
hot
store.
toddy.
Like the retro hail.
No, they got little cinnamon
Not
gumballs.
nasty. It actually bothers
What
my
do you call
nose.
it? Jawbreaker?
Yeah.
Little tiny one. And they make me sneeze.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I like them. There's nothing unpleasant except I'm sneezing.
I just don't
Never
like
had
cinnamon.
that reaction from
Hate
cinnamon.
cinnamon.
I love cinnamon.
Don't like it.
Cinnamon's nasty, except for on
Like
sweet
cinnamon
potatoes.
buns?
No. Absolutely not.
You only like the cooked version.
So, Scott, what are you going to,
Regala.
educate us in?
I think he's going to
Talk about-
Nicaragua.
talk
Are you
about-
going to Nicaragua?
Expand on what you talked about last week.
I thought that was Nicaragua.
Well, speaking of, Rob and I were in Freehold. And we ran into Paul in Freehold, as opposed to Paul in the fields.
He's still in the fields.
Yes, he was in the fields of Freehold, New Jersey.
Yes. Really.
Oh, he was
He's
here
now-
the other day.
He's now
Oh, was he?
he's now
Yeah.
outstanding in his own field.
He's outstanding in the field.
Actually, he is.
How's
He's
it
doing.
going?
He's doing quite
He's
well.
doing very well.
So I was very happy. For
He's
him.
doing
Yeah.
very well.
It was good to see him.
It's good to see Paul.
Yeah. So last week we were talking about the planting of the seedlings, which started in the semileos or the greenhouses, and then we progressed to how they started planting them in the fields. I think is where we left off.
Yes.
So once the seedling is planted, it actually gets they walk through the fields down through the rows of the seedlings, and they visit them. They go through and they inspect them almost every day. They're looking for
They visit.
they
them.
look for parasites. They'll clip off the smaller leaves, or what Paul called orphans. And they take these small leaves off, and the plant grows very rapidly. But
Yeah,
they
it
take,
does.
they take the smaller leaves off, so there's more concentration to the bigger leaves.
Right, nutrients.
Right.
Get to
So there's
them.
more. I didn't say nutrients. I
You
just
did
said
not.
concentration. Right. So focus all the nutrients on the larger leaves. So other than that, other than maintaining, there's not a whole lot that goes on before the harvesting. Although the plants do grow at a fairly rapid rate. Within about 45 to 60 days, they'll be at least 5 feet.
That's
Depending
crazy.
upon the variety of the up to 8 feet tall.
That's crazy.
I've never seen them that tall. I have seen the
Five, six-
5 or 6 feet. We
That's
saw
a
them in
standard.
Honduras, and then I
Right.
saw them up in Connecticut, and they were about 4.5, 5 feet tall. So once the plant reaches the desired height, or once it's mature, they'll do what's called topping the plant. So they'll go through a whole acres and acres and acres of fields, and they'll take the flower off. And again, that's also so to concentrate the nutrients on the leaves, as opposed to trying to
Flower.
Feed the flower.
the nutrients to the
Yeah.
flower.
And
so they'll
that's
take
the flowers where the
the
seeds
seeds
come
are.
from.
Correct. Yes. So what they'll do is they'll identify the most hardiest of all of the plants, and they will keep. I was told they keep about an acre's worth of the flowers. So they'll dry those out over time, and then they'll use those for the seeds. They mark them when what part of the field the seeds came from, the year, all that relevant information, so they can track it and then use the seeds at a future time.
In the same field.
Exactly.
I wonder
Yeah.
what it would taste like you taking those seeds and putting them in a different field.
I'm sure they experiment.
I'm
with
about to
that.
say, I'm sure they've done that.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sure they experiment with that all the time.
And that's
Hybrids
usually when the
and
Yeah.
when the
stuff like
field
that.
boss goes, "Oops, sorry."
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know how many seeds they get out of one flower, but it's
A lot.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
How do they get them out?
That I'm not sure of.
Come on
That I
out,
would
guys.
like- That
Come
I
on
would
out.
like to know.
Well, I would too, because I have some dried flower in my office.
Oh,
I have a
you
whole
do?
bunch of them, and every once in a while I'll go and I can't find the stupid seeds.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's
That's a good
pods, but
question.
I can't find the seeds, and
Yeah.
it could be because they're so freaking small. Like I'll just crumble it up, and it's so dry you'll get pieces of the pod, and maybe there's seeds in there, maybe there's not. But I would like to know that.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm looking forward to? I
Sunday?
haven't really. What?
Sunday.
No. Sunday to me is just another day.
That was good.
I
Rob.
haven't really visited a tobacco field in probably, what's this, 19? Probably over 20 years. I've been
Really?
to factories in Cuba and plenty of that. But the last time I was in a field was actually in Cuba.
It's not fair.
And in a couple of weeks, we're going down to the Fuentes have invited us down, and part of the few days we're going to be there is going into the fields and
Oh,
stuff
cool.
like that. So I'm looking forward. So they have a
Man,
beautiful
I
setup.
can't
down
wait.
Who's
That's gonna be
we?
fun.
there. Yeah,
Him and Mike.
Mike and I. You guys go everywhere.
I didn't
I
get to
haven't
go
been anywhere
anywhere.
since-
Look, I'm,
Since
going,
Vegas.
I'm going to the DR twice in a little over a month.
Oh, you guys are. Oh, I thought it was. I assumed it was on the same trip.
No.
No.
Oh, that's cool.
No, the one in March is the TAA, and the one in February is Fuentes.
I get invited to go to to Honduras with another company, but I don't think I'm gonna go.
Yeah, Miguel had something going on with either Honduras or Nicaragua.
It was
or something. I
Honduras,
told him
yeah.
to talk to you.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. But
A little short notice. I
Yeah, well,
think.
that's Miguel. So
Well, I'm
anyway,
actually looking forward to being in the field. I mean,
That'd be
it's
cool.
been a long time.
so after the plants are topped, they grow a little more. Then when they're fully mature, it's time for harvesting. And what they do is they do what's called primings. So they start at the bottom of each plant, and they'll snap off the bottom 2 or 3 leaves. And I think that the very bottom leaves, I don't know if they sell them or they don't use them in the cigars. They probably just leave them there and grind them up into the soil for
The higher the
fertilizer.
better.
Exactly. So imagine there's acres and acres and acres of tobacco. I mean, tens of hundreds probably. And they go through everywhere, and they take off the bottom leaves. Then when that's through, then they'll go through and they'll take the next 2 or 3 leaves. And we got a picture here that shows the different primings. In this particular photo, there are 6 different primings. Yes, we already have a graphic for this, so they will see the graphic. that's what they'll do. They go through the field and they'll until the I guess the plant is pretty much bare. They'll take 2 to 3 leaves for each priming, and it's interesting. I watched some videos and watched them do it. They don't really. There's no tool that they use. They just snap the leaf right off. They pile them up, and they take them to the end of the row, and then
Somebody collects
then they get taken to the
the barn.
to the curing barn or
Yeah,
the
they put 'em
drying
in-
barn.
They put them in hand, tie them together, and hang them.
Right. Now that's the way a majority of tobacco is done. The broadleaf, which comes from Connecticut, mostly from Connecticut, that they use for Maduros, is done differently. It's what's called stalk cut, and that's where they simply just here they have a type of axe where they'll go through and they'll cut through the base of the stalk or the plant, which is, I
Pretty
don't know,
thick.
pretty thick, about an
Yeah.
inch and maybe an inch and a half thick. And then people just go through and they'll cut these down. They'll lay there, and then people follow from behind them, and they'll gather them up, and they tie them together and put them across a pole, and then those are taken by tractor to the barn where they dry. Instead of just the leaves drying, they have the whole thing.
It's amazing. Most cigar companies still do almost everything by hand. A few are more automated, like Nick and things like that. But it's just amazing how much handwork goes into.
I can't imagine how they could harvest any way but by hand, because you get
Especially doing primings.
well, because they need because they need the full leaf and they don't want to damage it. So
Right.
Wow.
I mean, it's not like corn where you can just zip through and strip the stalk because the
Right.
the ear of corn is
Right.
protected by the leaves.
It is interesting.
So now we've taken you through the initial seedling, planting of the seedling, and then planting the tobacco, and then harvesting. And then so next week we're going to start to walk you through the curing barn or the drying of the tobacco.
It's always a
and
fun place.
It is, and I think that people go on trips and they want to first thing they want to do is they want to run out and run around a tobacco field, which is kind of neat. But that's just
It's just a field.
it's all the stuff that we get into at least is the how they make the tobacco ready to be rolled into a cigar and all the science and art that goes behind that before they roll it into a cigar. I think that's the real fun stuff for us.
Absolutely.
It's
So there you go.
Amazing how many hands
300.
touch the tobacco that you're smoking, and you can still buy a decent cigar in the
Well,
$5
this
to
is what
$12
This is I think this is $6 for a
Yeah,
Robusto.
something like that.
$6.
It's
Wow.
yeah,
Pretty good cigar for $6.
It's a very good
absolutely.
cigar.
These are
Luke, you want to
fantastic.
spend a couple minutes telling us what we should drink with this stuff?
Hmm.
Yeah, if you don't want to, that's okay.
No, don't. Let's not get silly now.
I think you need
Something
the
lighter.
lighters.
I did touch it up.
I did nice Highland Scotch. Would go good with this. Highland's a little cleaner than a little less peaty.
A Highland as opposed to a Lowland?
Yes, actually, yeah.
Close Bayside.
Or Bayside, yeah.
What about beer?
Mm,
Same thing, Colin.
IPA.
Yeah.
An IPA would go good with this.
Really?
IPAs are peaty.
Not peaty.
Thought IPAs are peaty.
No,
I
they're
learned
not.
that from John.
No. It's a pale ale.
I don't know.
No peat.
No peat.
No peat, no repeat.
Could
No,
have
yeah.
sworn it
A little
was.
peaty.
Oh, or hoppy.
Crap. I
One of the two.
Yeah, it's got a little hoppiness to
There
it, but
you
that
go.
would
How about-
How
compliment.
about tequila?
To
No.
kill you? No.
No, no tequila.
No, I even said no.
So you can't drink it.
How about
No,
Kahlua?
tequila wouldn't go with that.
Kahlua.
No, come on, guys. If we're going to pick favorites, I'd say Jack all the time.
What are you doing?
It fell off again.
Oh no.
Well, don't talk the rest of this.
All right, are we ready for the final?
Yep.
Yeah, we could put a number on it.
I'm gonna give it a 925.
Damn it.
Ooh.
Um,
Oh, I'm
well,
sorry.
I'm starting to pick up a little bit of cocoa.
I I got that.
I don't taste the red pepper as much as feel the
Yeah.
spice across the. It goes like coast to coast on my tongue.
Right.
Well, and a little.
Was
There's a little bit
thinking
of that licorice still there.
Moose?
I get a little bit of floral, little. I catch it a little,
Oh,
just a little bit.
Okay.
I'm catching the cocoa,
All right.
and I got the spiciness too, but again, just at the front of my tongue.
Mhm.
And I give it a 9.
Rob?
I don't get any spice at all, or little spice.
Oh,
Not
that's
pepper at
fine.
all.
I get it.
I don't know
I
what he's
don't.
talking
I don't
about.
really get that.
No
from
pepper at
this.
all?
No.
it's not as much a flavor to me as a mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like those Bud commercials.
I get. Yeah.
There you go.
They're making fun of us, by the
It's
way.
got a wonderful mouthfeel.
Those people are making fun of people like to
I
do
know.
that.
Exactly. I'm gonna get a toasty, earthy taste in this cigar.
I can see the earthy.
I do get the sweetness of the cocoa. I do that. The retrohale is very nice, very pleasant. Although I still have to sneeze.
Not even
I
saying.
give it a 9.25 also.
God, you agree?
Damn it! I hate agreeing with them.
Wow.
Young lady?
I must hate life.
I just hate you.
I get I say it's more like a nutty chocolate that I get more so than a cocoa. Definitely get, I don't want to say spice, I'm saying pepper, but it's like all over the place. But it's, again, not a taste. You're right, it's a sensation.
Ooh,
I'm gonna-
sensation. There's a nice word.
I thought you guys said sensation.
No.
No.
Oh. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Hey,
Really?
It's lingering in the back of my throat.
you're sick.
Not that sick.
You've been tough lately.
What's wrong with that? An 8.
I better not.
Yeah.
I think when it first came out, I think I liked it a lot better than now. I don't know, maybe it's too much smoke.
It's supposed to put out smoke.
I know,
Like
it's a
an 8
lot of smoke.
Lingering in the back of the.
It's lingering in the back of my throat.
As for you,
You could do a lot of lines with that one.
Oh,
As for me,
Hundreds.
I tend to agree more with the professional portion of the
I'm more
panel.
Whatever.
I didn't use the word intelligent.
Hey, I'm professional.
I was thinking of it.
okay,
but I
then
didn't
go.
use it.
She said she's professional also, so go with intelligent.
I'm intelligent.
I like the cigar. It's very pleasant. It's definitely a medium-bodied cigar,
It is definitely me.
and it does put out a nice volume of smoke. It's easy to
Much.
smoke, and because of the price, around $6, I give it a 9.35.
Oh, wow.
I need to boost it up a little bit. She dragged it down. Just want to remind you, since we're in the dead of the winter now, all our stores have nice lounges to hang in and smoke in and watch the game. or do
14 of them
business.
now.
14 of them. Don't forget to watch our Saturday night show. And don't forget, we don't have stores on every corner yet. So patronize your local brick and mortar.
Smoke sweet,
retailer.
everybody.
See you, Glenn.